Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Lauderhill TV. It's another week, and we have an amazing show for you tonight, as we do every single week. I am Millissa Jayne, and I'm your host and founder of Lauderhill TV, and I'm excited about the way how this is developing so far. We've been quite a few weeks now, and you guys, if you would like to see any of the past shows, just go to Lauderhill TV on YouTube, which is youtube.com/. Lauderhill TV. So again, we have an amazing guest. We have the mayor of the city. Isn't that great? We have the mayor of Lauderhill, Mr. Ken Thurston. He's going to be coming up in just a little while. But before we do, let's go ahead and share, people. We know we have to share the post so that more people can see and be with us. And of course, do feel free to get involved. Leave your comments in the chat and let me know that you're here so that I can actually welcome you and identify who you are. If you don't say so, I won't know you're there. All right, so again, welcome to the show. I'm excited to be here. Welcome to Samantha Sukraj. How are you doing, my dear? Last week's event was incredible. It was hot, but it was incredible. Good job there. Good job. When are you coming back to Lauderhill to do Sokatan? Good to have you. Share, please go ahead and share, guys. Let us get in here. I know you guys are a little bit tardy. Every week I got to tell you to get here on time. So do remember to put it into your schedule, 8 o'clock every Thursday. Put it on your schedule. Save yourself a reminder on your phones. And just remember to come in on time. I see people rolling in now. So come on in, guys. So let me just remind you what Lauderhill TV is. Lauderhill TV is an online channel. It's a broadcast. It's a live broadcast where we focus on all the good things that are happening in Lauderhill, all the good about Lauderhill. Because, of course, we know people love to focus on the bad, but we here focus on the good, whether it's incredible people, whether it's amazing events and activities and programs, or whether it's businesses. And we are getting ready to start launching our business packages. So do come and ask me about the packages that are available for businesses. So welcome to you, Miss Regina Pierre Robertson. Good to have you. Shalom to you, Lauderhill TV and Millissa. Come on, guys, share the post on your social media. I'm working on getting the Sokatan to Lauderhill. Of course, you've had it there at least twice before. Is it twice or 3 times? All right, let us go ahead now and play some ads. And when we come back, we're going to welcome the mayor of Lauderhill. So don't go too far. You still have time to share the post. Advertise for free on Lauderhill TV while the offer lasts. Call 954-279-3893 for the details.
At Shamswa Financial Services, we specialize in credit services and insurance services. As a financial social worker, I'm here to help you maximize your credit score with thinking outside of the box.
Located in the city of Lauderhill, Mercy's Healthcare Registry have been serving the AIDS community for over 15 years. As a staffing agency, we hire HHAs, CNAs, LPNs, and RNs. Give us a call today, 954-572-3699.
AutoVision Mobile Care, Broward's trusted car care service centre for over 16 years. Call us at 954-336-8765 for your next service appointment. Welcome back to Lauderhill TV. We're just getting started, and again, we are about to have an incredible interview. And let me also remind you, please go over to the YouTube channel. I see that some of you are on the Facebook page. Go over to the YouTube channel and give me a thumbs up. That would be awesome. All right, I very much appreciate that. All right, without any further ado, let me go ahead and welcome Mr. Ken Thurston to the show. Welcome, Mr. Mayor. How are you doing, sir?
Doing fantastic. Millissa, Jayne, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the good work that you do in promoting the city of Lauderhill.
Oh, it is my pleasure. I've been here long enough, and I really do actually really love the city of Lauderhill, and that's why I do it. So I thank you for making yourself available. I mean, to have the mayor of the city on the show is incredible. So thank you. Now, this isn't the first time we're doing this, is it?
No, it is not the first.
So again, I want to thank you for just being available, and I want to show you, just want to remind you of a picture that of one of the previous episodes. Remember when we did this? When we tried to kick off Lauderhill TV the first time, and this is the same day with the green background. So that's just a little bit of a flashback there, Mayor. So you've been with us for a while, and I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I remember that show, and I had a fun time.
Awesome. All right, so people are rolling in. Barbara Herman's here. Hi, Millissa, and amazing Mayor. There you go. We have our supporters coming in to support you. And Madeline is here. Good night, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Mayor. And she is our Creole translator. She'll come up at the end and translate everything that we've said in Creole.
Well, fantastic.
Welcome to you, Samantha. Good night, Mr. Mayor. And nice picture. You'll still look amazing. We haven't aged, have we? All right. So let's get into it. In your words, Mr. Mayor, could you just introduce yourself to everybody?
Well, I am a Lauderhill resident for about 30 years now. Born in Broward County in Pompano Beach, Florida. My father was born on Cat Island. And like many island men, he always had 3 jobs. I remember always working, and there were so many times when I'd have to go to work with him. And it meant we all had to put time in, because that's how he was able to feed his 13 children.
Oh, wow.
Same mother, same father, 13, and I'm the youngest of the 13.
Oh, wow. Excellent.
And I've been in Broward my entire life, and most of that time, other than my first 21 years in Pompano Beach, has been between Lauderhill or Lauderdale Lakes. So I've lived in between those 2 cities for the last 50 years. I am a real estate broker, with most of the work that I do being in property management. In my preparation to run for the position of mayor, I was chair of the Lauderhill Housing Authority. I served a term as president of the Lauderhill Chamber of Commerce.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Kiwanian for over 40 years with at Kiwanis Club of Central Broward, and I have held memberships in Lauderhill Kiwanis as well. So I'm Lauderhill through and through. And people say they call me when they want to know where to go in the city of Lauderhill.
Excellent. I love that. When before you became the mayor, did you aspire to become a mayor, or was it just sort of in the later years that you decided that?
Well, when you put yourself, make yourself available for community service,
yes,
whether I was a commissioner or mayor, I wanted to serve. In working with the Lauderhill Housing Authority and working with the Lauderhill Chamber of Commerce, I ultimately realized that the decisions got made by the city commission.
Right.
So I wanted to be where the decisions got made. And due to term limits, the then mayor, Richard Kaplan, was terming out. somebody had to become the mayor, and I decided to run for mayor, and I wound up in 2018 being elected unopposed. I can't say that my goal at the beginning was to be mayor. I just wanted to serve and to make a difference and to help make the community a better place.
Wow. And I believe you certainly have done that. As long as I've been here, things have just been getting better and better in the city of Lauderhill. I've been here since 2006 now, so it's a little bit of time.
Yeah, that is.
Mm-hmm. So if you were to put this in sort of one sentence or one description, what is the role of the mayor?
Each elected official, and we have 5 of us, we all have one vote. The mayor does not have any more power than the commissioners, but the mayor leads the meetings. When items are passed, we pass resolutions and ordinances, they are signed by the mayor. So I am the ceremonial head of the city. And typically when people are looking for a comment or opinion about the city, they'll go to the mayor first. So my niece, who has been a writer most of her life, and in fact is working for the Washington Post, says, well, Uncle Ken, the way it looks is that you're equals, you got equals, but you get to go first. So I get to go first.
Okay, I like it. All right. So we're going to get into the next part, which is we'd love to know about some of the programs and the initiatives that you have spearheaded, because there's always something going on in the city, and most of the commissioners have their own, but you have a set of programs that you've initiated. So let's go ahead and start with the one that was most recent, which was the grant writing seminar, which I thoroughly enjoyed. What made you decide to bring that to the city? How long has it been going? And tell us a little bit more about it.
Sure. There are people who believe that there are needs in communities and they want to answer the need. And these are the funders who put the money up there. And the only way that they can find or determine who is the best person to solve a particular problem is by requesting grant proposals. And with nonprofits, I know everybody's heart appears to be in the right place. They want to do good and make a difference. But somebody has to evaluate what they're proposing to do, and they ask for a grant. So my first grant writing seminar I did in 2010, which was the first, no, it was 2011, because I was elected in November of 2010. So 2011 was the first. So we've had a grant writing seminar every year since 2011. And it allows nonprofits, churches, the opportunity to get the information they need to apply for grants so that they are able to help the community. And the person who, the city of Lauderhill had an excellent grant writer, Jayne Sullivan. Jayne is now retired, even though she does some work for the city. And usually Jayne conducted those seminars, but it was about giving people the skills that they needed to go after grants. And there are lots of federal grants. There are corporations that give money, and grant writing is the way to get selected to get those dollars.
And it's amazing because you're helping the residents equip themselves with the knowledge that they need to go after those grants. So it's a classroom setting, it's a workshop, it's hands-on, and it's really great. I think I was at the one where Jayne conducted it. It was probably about 5 years ago, and then this most recently was with is it Althea? Is it Althea? The lady who did the most recent one. I forgot her name.
Yes.
But amazing workshops. I actually am probably one person that loves to just attend most of these workshops. So we want to thank you for those. All right, let me just go back to the chat now and greet Melody's here. Good evening, Millissa and Mayor Thurston.
Good evening,
everyone. Samantha says, wow, amazing. Barbara says, he bleeds, Lauderhill. And Marcy is here. Good evening, everyone. Marcy is also a business owner in Lauderhill. So we're going to take a short break, guys. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the other amazing, awesome things that the mayor is spearheading. So don't go anywhere, guys. And remember, keep sharing. People have rolled in now. That's awesome. So keep on sharing, guys. Advertise for free on Lauderhill TV while the offer lasts. Call 954-279-3893 for the details.
At Shamswa Financial Services, we specialize in credit services and insurance services. As a financial social worker, I'm here to help you maximize your credit score with thinking outside of the box.
Located in the city of Lauderhill, Mercy's Healthcare Registry have been serving the AIDS community for over 15 years. As a staffing agency, we hire HHAs, CNAs, LPNs, and RNs. Give us a call today, 954-572-3699.
AutoVision Mobile Care, Broward's trusted car care service center for over 16 years. Call us at 954-336-8765 for your next service appointment. Welcome back to Lauderhill TV, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Do continue to share and let somebody who may not necessarily have heard of it before come and be a part of what we're doing here. So, Mr. Mayor, it's good to have you once again. Can you tell us a little bit about the Homeowners Insurance Forum that took place, was it early this year or last year?
It was last year. The entire state of Florida is being confronted by huge increases in the premiums for insurance. I talked to friends in homeowner associations and condominiums where the cost has gone up by 20%, 30%, 40%. And hopefully the state legislature has passed statutes that will help out. The presumption is that so much of the increase is fueled by fraud, that there are fraudulent claims made, and the insurance companies have got to defend those claims, and the increase in the cost of litigation is one of the problems. The other is fraudulent claims. People who say that they're injured when really they're not. The purpose of the session that we conducted on homeowners insurance was to show the residents the things that they could do to decrease the premium. If you get an inspection done of the home, and the inspector will sometimes you take off your current garage door and put one in that is of a higher quality. So the purpose was to show residents things that they could do to decrease the premium on their homeowners insurance policy.
Well, that's great. And what I do like about what the commission and the mayor does is that you bring topics and workshops to us that we need, and that's really going to help us in whether it's homes or business or whatever, right across the board. So this was a really, really important one, and a lot of people had some very, very good questions during that session. Do you know, Mr. Mayor, if people came back to you and said, it made a difference in their life? Did you get any reports of, because of this workshop, this happened?
Well, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I had people who came back and indicated that they didn't know that it was possible to get that 4-point inspection,
Yes.
which shows that your electrical panel and system is up to par. That if your windows and doors are of a higher quality, the premium can be lowered. So I had several people who came to me afterward and indicated that they were able to save money based upon attending the insurance presentation.
That's awesome. Is that something that you may do again, do you think?
I think yes.
Okay.
I think yes. I'm hoping. I'm trying to wait for the next legislative session
Oh, okay.
to see what additional changes there will be to insurance, and then I'll schedule the next session. I believe that this legislative session is going to be early, like January, February. And once it's completed and we see what passes through the legislature, then I will conduct another insurance seminar.
That's wonderful. And these seminars, although they're put on by the city of Lauderhill, they're not always just for Lauderhill, are they? Sometimes they're open to the public in general.
We don't usually ask for ID when a person comes in. Any individual who comes is welcome. If we reach the point where there were no seats, then we move to a bigger venue.
Right.
So anyone is welcome.
That's wonderful. We do want to encourage people to take advantage of these programs. And again, this is another reason why we're doing Lauderhill TV, is just to try to assist in getting the word out about these incredible programs and facilities and features that we have. And, hopefully we can draw more people into the city of Lauderhill to take advantage of these things. And actually, you know what, Mr. Mayor, somebody called me up today and asked me about the prices for Veterans Park, because the prices for visitors or for non-residents, I don't think it's posted anymore. So they were asking that there was, or they couldn't find it, and I couldn't find it immediately. So it's working as far as people are using this as a resource now. Even though I might not know everything, I can usually dig around and know who to call to find the information. So that's really, really good.
Well, at this point, the commission is working on reviewing the pricing policy for all of our parks. We in 2016 passed a $35 million bond issue. The purpose of the bond issue was to upgrade our parks and do other things to enhance the city. So the parks are very appealing. Veterans Park, and West Wind, St. George, West Kinloch, and people need venues in which to have meetings. So we are going through a review now of the pricing, and to certain that residents are able, if they having a repast from a funeral or some other event or reception as a result of a funeral. So hopefully before the year's up, we'll have new pricing posted, and residents of the city will be able to rent those rooms in the park.
Well, that's amazing. I know that I've rented it in the past, and it's worked out very, very nicely, and they are beautiful. We actually had Scott Newton on the show several weeks ago now, and he talked about all the different facilities and programs that are available in the city. So, well, I'm trying to go through everybody one by one, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
Let me also welcome everybody that's just joined to the chat. Winsome Robertson, very, very active in the community. Good to have you here tonight. And also friends of the show, Nichelle Hastings, who's done quite a few things in the city of Lauderhill too in the past. And anyway, she's calling in from Davie. So thank you so much for joining. Let me know, guys, if you're still with us, drop me a number 1 in the chat. Let's make this chat room active. Let's just drop me a number 1 in the chat if you are still with me and you're engaged. And for those who are watching me on their TV set, drop me a number 2. If you're watching on the TV set, drop me a number 2 in the chat. All right, Mr. Mayor, Bank on Lauderhill was another workshop I attended. Talk about Bank on Lauderhill, and what was the purpose for having something like that in the city?
Well, Millissa, Jayne, there is such a problem with banking for so many people. The banks sometimes are a little excessive in the fees that they charge. Many people have bank accounts, and if you make a mistake and the paycheck doesn't get in as quickly as it should, and you overdraw the account, there are these huge fees that the bank imposes.
Yes.
And sometimes I've heard of folk having a $50 overdraft that turns into $200-300 in fees.
Yes.
Bank on Lauderhill is a program where there are identified banks who will allow you to open an account, and there'll be no overdraft fees. And that's really important, because it can eat up a large portion of the funds that you've got in the bank if you're confronted with overdrafts. Also, we want people to build up a working relationship with the bank, helps to build the credit. And from having built the credit, they're in a position to buy a home one day, a home or a condominium. So Bank on Lauderhill is a program to encourage people not to go to the check cashing store,
right,
and pay a fee to just cash your check. Let's establish a relationship with an understanding bank so that you can improve your entire financial life. So that is what Bank on Lauderhill is all about. And hopefully we will continue to push that program, and we'll be able to improve credit so that we can get more people into ownership.
Well, that is great. And again, I attended that workshop. I you know, a lot of the times, because I'm in the I guess the world of teaching and training and finances, because around that time I was also doing a Retire Ready workshop. That's when I rented out Veterans Park. But I just love to see what other people are teaching and what other resources are out there, because again, knowledge is power, and once you have the knowledge, then you can make things better for yourself, make things better for your credit, or for your housing situation. So these workshops, guys, are important. When you hear that they're having them in the city, do go and support them. Sometimes there are not a lot of people supporting them, and it's a real shame. So I encourage you guys to go out and support, even if it's not for yourself, even if it's for somebody else, that you can share the knowledge with somebody else. They're very, very important. And that one, to save you from having to pay those fees, is really key. I literally call if I see a fee on my bank account, I call the bank and say, listen, this is a mistake. Can you get rid of that fee? And 9 times out of the 10, they do. They literally do. So.
And that's part of what you're taught in the class. Don't assume that because the bank put the fee there, that they won't withdraw it, especially if you talk to them and explain what happened.
Yeah,
they
and
will
that's also
reverse them.
That's also the what you said about building relationships as well. If you have a good relationship with your bank, then that can also help as well. So really appreciate that. We do have a couple of questions, and I also want to remind people, keep on sharing. We're doing pretty good right now. Here's a question from a viewer, from Samantha. How can you get the city of Lauderhill to sponsor a venue for community events such as a toy distribution?
Well, I would think that in order to get the city to sponsor, the thing to do is to partner with one of the 5 elected officials and explain the worthiness of what it is that you'd like to do. And with the sponsorship of that elected official, the event could be established with reductions in cost.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And then one other question. Mr. Mayor, what's the one special spark about your city?
Repeat the question.
What's the one special spark or special thing, I guess, about your city?
You know, we are such a dynamic city. We've got outstanding restaurants. There are over 30 different languages that are spoken in the city. We've got tons of great restaurants. The most photographed spot in all of Broward County is there at Inverary Boulevard in Oakland Park, the waterfall.
Oh.
Yeah, there are people who come there to take their wedding photographs.
Uh-huh.
And that is a spot that we're really proud of. So there are lots of great restaurants throughout the city, and I think I've eaten at most of them.
That's good.
So the cultural diversity of the city, I think, is something that really causes us to stand apart. We are different. We just had a cricket tournament at Central Regional Park. And even though there weren't 100,000 people in the stands, because it was pretty well attended, but the matches are watched by millions and millions of people across the world. So people are looking at cricket here in Lauderhill, and it's being seen all over the world. So Central Regional Park is another bright spot in the city of Lauderhill.
That's right. We do have some really nice places, and right next to that is the Performing Arts Center, which is another incredible place. I mean, we have some really, really nice facilities in the city of Lauderhill, and I want to feature every single one of them on the show. We had actually a couple of people from the cricket on the show last week talking about cricket, so that was appropriate. Thanks for that question, Nushel. That was a great question, guys. Feel free to drop your questions in the chat, and the mayor will do his best to answer them. Now we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about a few more programs that the city has to offer as far as the initiatives the mayor has put forward. So don't go too far. This is going to be a 10-second break. All right, that was a short one, right? That was a very short break. All right, so another thing that I always take part of is Move with the mayor. Move with the mayor. Talk about that, Mr. Mayor.
Be happy to do so. Commissioner Millissa Dunn is just a master at getting grants, and she got a grant to study health and physical fitness in Lauderhill.
Oh.
And the results showed that the incidences of people who have cancer, diabetes, hypertension was higher in Lauderhill than several other cities.
Oh.
The way that you answer it is through physical fitness, encouraging people to work out. After doing some research, it appeared as though if the city could get a trainer to go to one of the parks and provide aerobic instructions, people would come.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the purpose is to help improve health throughout the city. So Move with the Mayor, which is a national program in terms of many mayors who are part of the National Association, National League of Mayors participate. I really wanted to be certain that the program came to Lauderhill, and we've got great numbers of people who come out. We tried initially soca step aerobics, which is done at the sports park. And man, there are 200-300 people that show up there. And many guys say it's a great visual kind of experience there at Soca Step. But at the parks, Sadkin Center, we've got cycling or spinning, it's called, stationary bicycles at St. George Park. 2 days a week, we've got a trainer who leads a session starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, twice a week. So the purpose was to get people back in the habit of exercising. And if you're exercising, you're healthier. You don't need as much medicine to control your diabetes and hypertension. And there's so many people there, you make a lot of friends as well.
Right.
So all of those are the byproducts of getting groups of people together to exercise. And I think it helps to make the city a stronger place. It's
amazing. And what I also like about that, not only the fact that I go to the Wednesday night spinning over at Veterans Park, and then the Soca Step on a Friday over in the sports park, but I also see the mayor is there in the spinning. He's on the bikes, he's doing the exercises with us. So it's not just putting the programs on and letting us go about it ourselves. He is also a part of the program, which I think is incredible. So, way to go, Mr. Mayor, in leading us, as an example. I really think that's a great thing.
Well, I've got the same problems as everybody else, hypertension, diabetes, and with exercise, I'm able to keep those issues under control.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Incredible. All right, let me just go to share some more feedback that you're getting here. Love the overview. This is Nichelle. Love the overview. Would love coffee with you and learn more. And we're going to tell you how you can connect with the mayor later on. Madeline says, yes, shout out to Commissioner Millissa Dunn. She works nonstop for Lauderhill. Thanks, Commish. I didn't realize that there was a study done, and the fitness was a result of the study. So that is really interesting to learn that. I think that's so important. Samantha says, Mr. Mayor, I would love for you to join us for one of our Sokatan. So what Samantha does, it's very similar to what Kamal does with soccer fitness. But she'll put on a conference as well, like an expo and a conference, as well as the soccer. So she kind of puts the two in one, and she takes it around the city, different cities. So she was in Las Olas last weekend. Was it last year? Earlier this year, she did it at Lalo's. So she's taking it around the place, and that's Lalo's is in Lauderhill, of course. All right, so Marcia says, indeed, Marcia attended Sokatan in the past as well. Madeline, move with the mayor is free. Oh, yes, we forgot to mention that. Most of it free.
that is important.
Yeah, move with the mayor on a Wednesday is free. There's a fee to pay for some of those step or exercise classes. For the exercise that you mentioned, for the spinning that you mentioned over at St. George's, is that also free?
It is free.
Oh, I didn't realize it's free over there too. So that's awesome. Okay, let's move along. We've got so much to talk to get through. What about lacrosse? What about lacrosse? Was that something that you initiated?
Well, I did. The lacrosse is an ancient sport, if you will, was played by Native Americans, and it is very popular in the northeastern United States. Many people may not know this, but there was the probably the best running back in the NFL, National Football League, was Jim Brown.
Okay.
Jim Brown went to Syracuse University, and he made All-American in two sports. He made All-American in football and All-American in lacrosse.
Okay.
And as a kid growing up here in Broward County, there was no lacrosse being played. So we did a couple of clinics of lacrosse, inviting kids out to try it. And the goal was to have the clinics get the kids to participate, develop some skill. And there are several high schools that have lacrosse teams. Mm-hmm. We not all of us are geared to be football players or basketball. Maybe lacrosse could be your sport. I think that the more sports that kids are exposed to, the better chance of them finding their niche, the sport that's best for them. So the purpose was to bring lacrosse to Lauderhill, to let kids find out about another sport, and perhaps it will turn out to be the one that really motivates and get them started. And
that's really interesting.
A lot of colleges give scholarships for lacrosse.
Oh, interesting. That's a good point to make. A lot of colleges give scholarships for lacrosse. It's very, very good. All right. So moving along now, we talked about some of the financial programs and some of the fitness programs. What about just chilling out and having some fun, listening to some music? You have also brought in Jazz Picnic in the Park, I believe. Is this one of yours?
Well, it is. It is. I'll tell you, Jazz Picnic in the Park at Lieberman Park was actually started by the former mayor, Richard Kaplan.
Okay.
And the thought was to do something in the Inverary area. We had this park that was named after former mayor Eileen Lieberman. And she was helpful in getting she had gone on to the county commission. She was helpful in getting the money for us to buy and build the park. So we what the mayor would find bands, and bands are cheaper on a Sunday afternoon because they can still
Oh.
play their Saturday night gigs and Sunday night gigs. So if you did an event on a Sunday from 11 to 2, you can get a band at a very low price.
Good to
And
know.
yes, and the people in the community are happy to have live music
Mm-hmm.
in a comfortable and safe environment, and it develops community in that people come together and they get to know each other a little better.
Mm-hmm.
So and we got great bands, great groups that play, because like I said, they're still able to do their Friday night and their Sunday night gig and do Lauderhill Jazz in the Park at the same time.
It's a beautiful jazz brunch, especially on a lovely sunny day, and it's and the park is beautiful. The park is absolutely lovely. Sometimes I just walk around and go through that park. So yeah, and we have many beautiful parks in Lauderhill. Let's talk about. We're going to take one last break, and then we're going to come back and just sort of give our do some sort of the wrapping up. And this is going to be another 8-second break.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with us here at Lauderhill TV. Keep on sharing. We just have a little bit more to go. And then also we're going to have the Creole translation. A couple of people mentioned that they would love to meet with you or so forth. Let's give some people the option to do that. I'm going to go ahead and share the link to your page on the Lauderhill website. So how can people, connect with you, Mr. Mayor, and if they wanted to have a chat with you? There's a couple of different ways.
Sure. I enjoy talking to the residents of the city. Those who know me know that I am accessible by my cell phone, but some people like the thought of a formal time that they can reach out, come in, or via Zoom or a phone call at a specific time. So in order to set up meet with the mayor, you'd call my aide, Kia Cummings, and that's Kia like the car, 954-777-2040. And she will set up a time for you to meet with me in person, or over the phone, or via Zoom. So that's 954-777-2040. And I'm happy to talk to residents about any subject matter.
And as a matter of fact, we have a flyer for that, which I just pulled up here. Meeting with the mayor. Have an idea, concern, project, or business you would like to discuss with your mayor every first and third Thursday of the month, 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. till 6:30 p.m. And of course, the number that the mayor just gave, 954-777-2040, in person, virtually, or telephone. So that's definitely worth knowing. I just found this out on the website. So the website is incredible, guys. And I dropped it in the chat. You can see the mayor's page. Just go to the City of Lauderhill, which is lauderhill-fl.gov, and then go to the commission section, and then go to Mayor Ken Thurston, and you have his page and all the things that we've discussed today and much more. You can find it all along the left-hand side right there under Mayor Ken Thurston. And you can learn about him a little bit more, his background, the committees, affiliations, initiatives, and his contact information is right there on the right hand side. His number and his the office's number, which is Kia. Shout out to Kia, one of the hardest working mayor's aides out there. Let's see what else. Now, regarding the commission, the commission happens twice per month, I believe. The commission meetings is that is. Could you just talk a little bit about the protocols, what people should, do when they come to a commission, if they wanted to speak and so forth?
Yes, the city commission has two required meetings per month. Those meetings are the second Monday and the last Monday of the month. The meetings are scheduled for 6 p.m. At the beginning of those commission meetings is a period of time that we've allocated to hear from the public. And you have the right to come in and say or ask any question that you'd like to. And that is at the very beginning. But when you do come in, you have to sign up to speak, and you'll be given 3 minutes. Everyone will have their chance to ask their questions or make their statement. And when everyone has had the opportunity, then the city manager will respond, or the commissioners will respond. And remember that the commission meetings are the second Monday and the last Monday of the month, starting at 6 p.m. Now, there are other meetings that occur, like we're preparing the budget. So we'll have budget meetings. We also have a workshop meeting, generally once per month, and that is the third Monday of the month. But on the workshop meeting, we don't take votes, but we will, if a person has a question on an item that we're discussing, we're happy to engage the public. And I try really hard to, whatever the subject matter is, to open to the public, so that if we're discussing something, I want to open it to the public, so you've got a chance to express your concern or ask the question that's on your mind.
And that's really important for those who are listening, who are not in the habit of attending commission meetings. If you really want to get involved in your city, to attend these meetings, because you're going to hear about things that you may not, necessarily know too much about, or again, you can voice your own opinion about something that you want to speak about, and just be a part of the operation of your own city. I think that's so important, and it's so accessible. All of this is public, and you can ask your questions during the meetings and get questions answered, and just be a part of the planning of your own city, which I think is really, really great when you think about it. Let me just give a couple more shout outs. Were you going to say something, Mayor?
No, it's interesting when I make myself available. So many of the questions I get have nothing to do with the city of Lauderhill.
Really?
Sometimes a person has a social security issue.
Oh, okay.
And I'm happy to direct them to the right place.
Right.
Immigration issue. And but I'm happy that I know where they should be going to get the answer. So no matter what it is, if I can help provide information, I'm happy to do it.
Well, that's even better. That's great. It doesn't have to be specifically to do with policies and whatever. It can be just anything, and you can direct them in the right place. I love that. Big shout out to Dr. Mandy Fresh Johnson, who is having her event at the Lauderhill Performing Arts Center at the end of this month. So we're excited about that. She gave out a lot of tickets to us the last time she was here. This is the link for the mayor's page. And of course, you can go to the website, which is lauderhill-fl.gov. And as you were talking about the meetings, Mr. Mayor, you can see, let me just go ahead and show this. You can see all of the meetings that are being held. You have the upcoming events and you also have the meetings. So if there's a cancellation, you can see it right there down here on the bottom right of the screen. Special Education Advisory Board. All the advisory boards are posted here. All the different meetings are here. And I've actually joined the Recreation Advisory Board. And that's awesome. The last time Scott did a tour of some of the parks, and now is this week coming up is doing the next phase of that. Except for I've got to be at another meeting, which is to do with the city of Lauderhill. There's just so much stuff going on. But do check out the website, guys, because you see all the things that are happening. It's all here, and each week we kind of spend a little time on the different portion of the website just to bring it to light and expose what's on the website. It's all public information, guys, and it's available for us all to take advantage of. All right, so let us get back to our main screen here. Any other questions? Okay, Eric Trulio is here. Eric and the Jazzers. He was visiting some of the nightlife last night in Lauderhill because I post all the different events and places to go in Lauderhill, and he was checking them out and giving his opinion on them. I think he's looking for another place for his band. Eric, does the mayor know of any property management positions available? I'm looking. Property management positions.
Well, reach out to me, and I'd be happy to make some suggestions. I've got some thoughts about where you can go to find a position.
Okay, awesome. Welcome, Suzanne Morris. Good to have you, my dear. And Madeline says, we will have members of the school board join us. Oh, will we have members of the school board join us again? We still have an open question from their last appearance. Also, can we extend an invitation to the new superintendent of BCPC, please?
Well, we certainly can. I think that Vice Mayor Ray Martin may be having an event coming up within the next 2 weeks where the new superintendent is going to be present. I'll have to, Millissa, I'll be certain that you get that information.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so another 8-second break, and when we come back, I'm going to ask the mayor just something fun, just something a little bit frivolous for us. Okay. We'll be right back in 8 seconds. All right. So, the mayor, you mentioned that there are a lot of restaurants in the city of Lauderhill. If you were to give an example of one that you really, really like, could you do that? Could you give an example of one restaurant that you really, really like?
Well, there's so many great restaurants. I'll tell you that my wife and I stopped today at Bosty Juicy Jerk to pick up dinner. Being empty nesters, we don't do a whole bunch of cooking, so we stopped at about 5 o'clock at Boston Juicy Jerk and got oxtails for her, and I try to avoid meat, so I got jerk chicken.
Oh, right, that's awesome.
And Ashays in the complex right next to City Hall with the Jones family is one of my favorites. But there's great places along University that I think are also great. So we've got lots, and when you start naming names, you get into trouble. Joy's Rhodey Delight is a favorite of mine, as is Lalo's. So I probably eat out twice a day. So I get a chance to check out many restaurants, but they're all great.
Yeah, they are great. So I went into Joy's last week. Well, because of the cricket, it was just so overpacked. I said, "Oh, I'm not waiting." But yeah, we have loads of great restaurants all along. Like you say, University. You've got Donna's. You've got the newer one, top tier restaurants, and oh, it's just so many. So I'm not going to even go in there. So just to wrap it up, Mr. Mayor, I really want to thank you so much for being with us today. During your time as a mayor so far, is there any one thing that you're most proud of all the things that you do, and they're all great? Is there any one thing that you're really proud of accomplishing?
Well, the city was afflicted with flooding, lots of flooding. And with the help of the commission and the city manager, we were able to mitigate the flooding. And no, there are limited reports of flooded streets in Lauderhill over the last 3 years. So we got drains clean. We did the things. We got the pump turned on quicker to pump the water out to the ocean. The scientists seem to want to say out to tide. Well, I mean, they're pumping the water out to ocean so that it does not build up in our communities. So that is something that I am proud of. Also, guiding the city as it spent its general obligation bonds, which were $35 million to improve. We've done most of the projects. There are a few projects that are left that haven't been finished. So hopefully in the next 14 months, which is the balance of my term in office, we'll get those few projects completed.
Wonderful. Yeah, you've accomplished a lot in the time, relatively short time that you've been the mayor of the city. So we want to say a hearty thank you for all the work you've done, and thank you for being so accessible. And again, you guys, the link has been dropped in the chat where you can just go to the page, learn more about the mayor. Get an appointment with him if you like. That's through Kia. And again, big shout out to Kia, who is amazing person. So I thank you for being a part of Lauderhill TV and supporting the show and just supporting what I've been doing over the years. I really appreciate that. So with that said, Mr. Mayor, I thank you, and I will bid you good night.
Well, thank you so much, Millissa, for having me. It was fun being here.
All right. Take care, and I will see you very soon at the next meeting, I'm sure.
Right.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, guys. That was the mayor of the city of Lauderhill, Mr. Ken Thurston. Thank you, Mayor, for your civil service. That's Eric as well. All right. Now, we are going to move over to our Creole speaking wrap up. So let's welcome Madeline to the show. Good evening, Madeline.
Good evening, Millissa. Good evening, Lauderhill TV.
How you doing, my dear?
I am great. I'm energized. Great information. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So we're ready.
Yes. So if you could do the honors of, let me just swing you over as we do, giving us a summary of what we spoke about today in Creole. Thank you.
Hello, Lauderhill TV. Again, Madeline Noel, Lauderhill Proud Ambassador. Also, your Lauderhill TV Creole translator here with you every Thursday night with Millissa, Jayne at 8 p.m. There's no other place you want to be there's no other place you should be other than right here with us, Lauderhill TV. Millissa has already announced your names. It says hello. She does that excellent. So I'll do what I do best, which is speak Creole. So nous dit bonsoir avec tous amis fanatiques New York qui ensemble avec nous. Nous te ouais non monsieur Eric qui là et tout l'autre fanatique yo qui là ensemble avec nous. Nous dit bienvenue dans Lauderhill TV chaque jeudi à 8 p.m. côté n'a porté de bonnes informations pour vous concernant ça qui a passé dans ville Lauderhill. Après-midi nous te gen mail qui c'est monsieur Kim Thurston qui t'a apporté des informations, ressources qui a aidé vous, qui résident, qui gagne business, qui a visité, qui a envie de faire business dans la ville Lauderhill. Eh bien, c'était une opportunité pour capable jouer une information comment ou capable faire ça. Eh bien, Merlan, il t'a parlé ensemble avec nous, il t'a introduit tête li, côté li dit, il a environ de 30 ans depuis la vivre dans la ville Lauderhill. Ça veut dire, Merlan, il gagne beaucoup d'informations pour le capable servir communauté. Et li travaille li son real estate broker. So, si vous avez information ou avez question sur ça, eh bien, Merlan, li est très disponible pour li capable aider vous. Si, par exemple, là, où tu as besoin de contacter ensemble avec Merlan, ou tu as besoin de passer, prendre un rendez-vous, eh bien, li gagne, côté ou capable de relayer, mais qui commence, li capable aider ou nous capable dire li travaille ensemble très proche avec Merlan et puis ou capable relayer li dans 954 777 2040 si vous avez une idée ou t'as remis passer ou t'as remis pour un moment pour chiter ensemble avec Merlan, eh bien ou êtes capable faire ça. Could you hear me, Millissa? Hopefully she can. Can you hear me?
All right. I haven't seen this issue. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me. For some reason, I'm not hearing you. But did you finish? Everything was good?
Let me just give a few information because I was like, I don't want to keep going if no one is hearing me.
All right.
So maybe if someone can give a thumbs up or
the sound went out. Happened. But let's just try one more thing here. The speakers went out. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's on my side. Speakers. All right. So Madeline, I don't know what happened, but but you can hear me.
yes.
If you finished, then you finished.
Let me just give one more minute and then
I'll give thumbs up. I can't hear you. I cannot hear you.
Okay, I gave the phone number, so we're good.
All right, I can't hear you, but can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, yes, you can. So if you finished, give me the thumbs up. All right, thank you so much, Madeline. I cannot hear you. One more? All right, go ahead. Finish up.
OK, so gen divers programme. Gen programme côté ou capable chita ensemble avec famille ou pour capable amuser ou eh bien Merlan li gen information ça et puis tout si ou ta remen pour capable présenter yon concern ou bien yon demande ou bien une question ou capable rejoindre un commissaire là avec Merlan chaque deuxième et quatrième lundi ou bien chaque dernier lundi dans mois là où entrer ou simplement signer avec greffier là signer non et puis il y a ba ou 3 minutes pour capable présenter idée nous semblait que y a quelques problèmes techniques encore nous dire sous ta remet passer un rendez-vous avec Merlan ou capable relais 954 777 2040 et là ça ou capable prendre toute activités et programmes qui gagnent dans la ville Lauderhill. Nous remercions et nous attendons jeudi soir si Dieu veut à 8h.
All right, she has finished. Thank you so much, Madeline. And we are going to bye-bye, Madeline. Thank you so much. All right. So I don't know what happened there, guys, but The audio went out for me. I couldn't hear her, but I'm hoping that you can still hear me. Eric, are you still there? If you can still hear me, just drop me a number 1 in the chat if you can still hear me. All right, I'm just going to give you 1 second to do that. Give me a number 1 if you can still hear me. All right. Give me a number 1 in the chat if you can still hear me. That is so weird what happened there. I think it's her energy. The energy, it just blew the speaker out. All right, just let me know if you can still hear me. All right. Looks like everybody's gone. Nobody's replying. Can you still hear me? All right. Nevertheless, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight on Lauderhill TV. I'm not going to go through the events tonight, but they're all in the Lauderhill Facebook group. Go to the Lauderhill. You can hear. Perfect. Since you can hear me, I will give you the events. I'm just going to give you a few events tonight. Only a few events are needed for tonight, but go to the Lauderhill TV Facebook group to see all of them. All right, so I'm only going to feature a couple tonight because we have so many. There are just so many events to show you. So I'm only going to show you a few. All right. All right. So there is a 2-day prayer and praise Friday, the 18th, and Sunday, the 20th. That's at 1737 Northwest 38th Avenue in Lauderhill. This is House of Restoration and Life. Host prophetess Dr. Kervin. I never know how to pronounce this name, but you can see it on the screen. All right. Then we also every Wednesday night. This is where Eric was last night. No, not this one. This is Friday night. Friday night only, 8 p.m. until karaoke with Bev. This is over at All Star Jerk, 7551 West Oakland Park Boulevard, across the road from the Lauderhill Sports Park. Go check that out. Friday night karaoke. We're still going to do a group visit to this restaurant. We're making sure that we have our T-shirts ready first before we go. All right. So the T-shirts are getting printed, and we're going to go over. Back to school. This is on Saturday, August 19th. Giveaways, book bags, school supplies, haircuts, and hair washes. This is happening over at the Perfect Look Hair Salon, 7561 West Oakland Park Boulevard, the same plaza as the previous event I just spoke about. All right, there's a home buyers seminar, first time home buyers seminar, 19th of August, 10 a.m. till 4:30, Saturday, 1773 North State Road 7 in Lauderhill. All right, unlock your amazing potential. This is over at the Veterans Park on the 19th, 11 till 3. So we got a lot of things to choose from over this weekend coming. All right, I'm not going to go through a lot of stuff that's coming up for next week, but there's also Top Tier Restaurant Sunday brunch every Sunday at Top Tier Restaurant, 5240 North University Drive. And the food truck over at the Lauderhill City Hall is coming up next week, August 24th. All right, the 24th of August. That's the next food truck, 5 till 9. Let's see. I think that is. Oh, again, just a big reminder that the Discover the Beauty Within, August 26th is the one that we have the free tickets to, and the 25th is the Leadership Awards Gala, which actually is sold out now. But we're going to be showing out on the 26th at the Expo and the Conference over at the Lauderhill Performing Arts Center with Mandy Johnson. All right. So with that said, guys, I'm not going to keep you too long tonight. We're already over a little bit. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting Lauderhill TV. There are a lot of things in the works. A lot of plans are happening in the background. And if you want to be a part of the inner works, the inner planning, get in touch with me, and you can be part of the planning and we call it the supporters group. But I thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're going to go out with our outro, and I will see you next week, Thursday, 8 o'clock, for the next episode of Lauderhill TV. Please share, continue to share, and support the channel. A lot of great things are coming. All right. Have a good night. I will see you next week.